If everyone, there you go. They got it on that one. If everyone's able to, if it's not going to be ruining any of your bandwidth, or in that case, could you please turn on your cameras so we can all discuss in a face-to-face manner, if that's all right. And in regard to tonight's agenda, we're going to be talking about a district Rotaract Council. So that's why we have a few of the Rotaract representatives from their respective clubs here in attendance. We also have some notable district Rotary chairs here. So for example, we have the district Rotary Youth Chair, Ryan Char. Thank you so much for coming in this evening. We have the district, the Rotary president from Rotary Club of, Sunrise, was it Dr. Ariel? Or am I? No.
Oh, Honolulu Sunset.
Sunset.
Sorry, I'm almost home on the driving. That's why the camera is off. I'm sorry about that.
No problem, sir. And of course, we have Mr. Mark Harbison. May I ask, sir, what is your role, sir?
You know what? I am the nominal advisor to the Rotaract Club of Maui campus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's Mark's club. Mark Raylan?
No. Maui, Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sitting in and joining in. And we also have the president, or is it still current president of the Rotaract Club of Kaka'ako, right? Pili?
Yeah, Rotary Club of Kaka'ako, Eco Club.
Eco Club, that's right.
But thank you, and I look like a Rotaract.
No, Rotary Club.
Definitely. Me too.
Compliment taken.
What's the secret, Pili? I like to look like Rotaract too.
Yeah.
Come on, Arjun.
And for those who don't know me, my name is Ernesto Rosala. I'm the president of the Rotaract Club of Honolulu, formerly known as Hawaii Pacific University. And we have two presidents in attendance as well from other Rotaract clubs. So we have Nicole Baltazar. And which club are you from? Rotaract Club of?
Oh, Rotaract E-Club Ohana.
Yohana. And we have a new Rotaract Club president from Manoa. Is that correct, Joyce?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Joyce. All right, wonderful. So I'm glad everyone was able to make some time today. I mentioned Benson that we're going to be going over a few things here. And I did make him an odd promise. I don't know if I'm able to keep it. We're already 14 minutes in from the start of the meeting. So let's see. I just wanted to see if we can all meet today, and it seemed to me that we have we have an even amount of, Rotary chairs as well as Rotaract representatives. Hopefully we can get the rest of the district in attendance from all the respective Rotaract clubs, because the point of the district Rotaract Council is to kind of come together as all Rotaract clubs within the district of 5,000 and to meet a common goal within the Rotaract Rotary year. So essentially we could have the presidents, or you could set aside within your own respective Rotaract clubs a certain representative for them to meet with other Rotaract representatives every month or so that we can all, keep tabs on each other and communicate with each other in means of how to keep pushing forward the Rotaract community here in Hawaii. Because time and time again, we've been losing a few Rotaract clubs through attendance or from, for example, for college-based organizations, because officers graduate. That's essentially what happened to my club before I joined in. We went from before my attendance, we went down all the way to 0, and then I saw that Rotaract Club of HPU was an actual club that still existed. And when I tried to apply, there was no members to help me out, so I took the mantle. And I'm certain a lot of our Rotaract clubs here in attendance, or those in our district, have had similar situations or have their own situations to attend to. So the goal of these district council meetings is to come together as a community as well as a district so we can help each other out. So some of the things that I wanted to go over tonight is having regular meeting times, talking about a possible mixer within the next year and a half, within the next year for the first half of the next year. Setting committee chairs, like we can have a membership committee for the district, a public image committee, service projects committee, chair, foundation, club service, etc. And now that Rotaract has the ability to go into district or international grants, how can we plan for, grant participation, and as well as allowing all of our different Rotaract members to be joining in webinars and training. So if any of these sounds like a positive thing, training, grants, helping each other out as a community, I hope as Rotaract Club members as well as Rotarian supporters out there would be willing to continue pushing forward this District Rotaract Council. I wanted to ask our Rotaract representatives in attendance, Nicole and Joyce, what did you think? What would you think about this council? Go ahead. Sorry, Nicole. What about you, Mark?
All right, hold on.
Sir,
Okay,
yes,
what
Mark.
do you want to know?
Oh, Nicole, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to ask what he wants to know again.
Yeah, essentially, I just wanted to hear your thoughts about the whole idea and premise of the District Rotaract Council, because it was formed and reformed, and the hope is to assure that we come together as a community, to help push each other forward instead of each Rotaract themselves forward. So hear your thoughts on that, because I'm pretty sure you were at DRR, right? In your district.
Sorry, what did you're pretty sure I'm what?
Sorry, just answer the first question first, and maybe I can.
Oh, okay. I think it's a really interesting idea. I think it would be helpful, but as of right now, I don't know what other Rotaract clubs there are, or in the idea of how active they are at least. And that could also be on me because I didn't look too much into it. But I know, especially my club, we're super new, and a lot of clubs don't even know about me either anyway. So it would be something that, like you said, it was going in and out. So we kind of have to build it super slow. And I know the grant thing that just came up, that we have the ability to apply for the grants now. I don't know, as exciting as it is, I remember I was excited when I saw it. I don't know that we necessarily be able to do it right away, because I know the earliest it starts, July 1st. I don't know if we'd be able to do it by then. Realistically, I would love to, but realistically, I don't know, just because the clubs are so disconnected at the moment, or at least that's how I feel. So we'd really have to just establish trying to get us connected first. But I think it's a great idea, because I would love to do that. And but my club is kind of small, and I don't know how big the other clubs are. So being able to work alongside the other clubs would be really great. And one of our goals for our club in the 2021-2022 fiscal year is to do a joint project with another Rotaract club. But really, all I know for sure that is a club yours, only because I already met you in person before. So, but that's also my fault. I didn't do much research because I ended up,
No, I think that the thought that you pointed out was great, because when I started out, I felt the same way. I wasn't sure if there was other Rotaract clubs that were also quite active, and we actually have a sheet of all the different deactivated, active, inactive, and all those clubs as well too. And
great. I would love that. I only have the Interact one, and I'm like, that's great, but not helpful. I wanted to know.
Yeah. The thing is with with getting connected with the other Rotaract clubs is first trying to make sure that they're still active, right? So the other few clubs that I know that are still active are yours, the Rotaract Club of UH Manoa, Metro Rotaract Club of Honolulu, and excuse me, I'm missing one, and the Rotaract Club of UH Maui. That's right. So with those clubs, because I've tried fielding out from that list, if Rotaract Club of Kauai is still around, Rotaract Club BYU is still around, but usually there's either no answer or it's been disbanded and has been updated. So I want to make sure that a council can come together, or it doesn't even need to be super formal. Basically, it's just a matter of seeing if all the Rotaract clubs who are currently active, how can we make sure that they stay active for the future, right? So congratulations to you for starting up your Rotaract club. So that's wonderful.
Thank you. So is yours community based now?
Yeah, so we've been community based as well. We're community based.
Oh, you were always community based? Is my memory that bad? Oops.
We were initially college based, yeah, and then I applied for it to be community based.
Ernesto,
Yes.
how many, so for the ones who are on the call that are Rotaract, how often do you have service projects, or how often do you guys meet, regardless of how many members you have? Like, what is the like, if you can kind of give us like a hint of like what you guys normally do to get in touch with other members.
Other members within their own specific clubs, or all clubs?
Yeah, within their own specific club, within each club.
Okay, so for my club, officers would meet bi-weekly, and then we would have a general meeting monthly. So
And how about projects?
Service projects were all based on what the community chairs were able to do. So each community chair was required to have at least one project that they were going to be able to run each year. And then we're also required, because not only are we community based, we've also set up our own Rotaract Club through our school too, so we can kind of get funding from the school as well. So we have our own events that we needed to go through through the school as well. But in terms of events, we wanted to make sure that we can have one or two each quarter. Yeah.
To each quarter. Okay. And how about you, Nicole?
Same thing for the meetings. So the officers meet bi-weekly, and then general meetings are once a month. Projects for us is we roughly have a social once a month and a service project once a month. But we overlap a lot. We combine a lot of things with our sponsor club, which is Rotary of Downtown Honolulu. So we end up having more each month anyway.
I see. So I think that what I can perceive from the conversation is that you guys are having trouble with engagement in order to move forward to have like a council together. You will have to have more members interested. And I think that in order to do that, you may want to look into be able to engage your members in like service projects. That will be a key, so they feel more drive or more willing to attend council of legislation, like a month or whatever you guys want to do it. Because like, as I can see right now, it's like, like life happens, and when you are in a school, you have so many things going on, and at the end of the day, you just decide like what are you going to attend during that week. Like something that is like a kind of going on, or something that you're gonna have fun, or something like, you know what I mean? So you want to make Rotaract something fun. You want to make it something like they're interested in participating, on making the decision. And in order to do that, they need to be engaged. And the way that you can engage them is depending on what are the interests, right? If it's networking, if it is service projects. I know that it sounds like tough to accomplish all of that. Like Nicole said, like you guys don't think that you're gonna take advantage of the grant application right away.
Mm.
But I think that you need to start like building up like
Start small.
the excitement of
Mm.
being part of Rotaract. And like when you guys start building up, more members are gonna feel more incentive to participate on the decision making sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I don't really have a problem with people going to events because I already do stuff that's interesting to them. It's all the scheduling stuff because we only do stuff once a month. It's like I try to cater to different people each month because of the fact that everybody's schedule is so different. Because now, like when I was vice president for ASU Rotaract, it was easy. We had multiple things every single weekend, and we always had like 10 plus members going. But that's because for school, they had stuff Monday through Friday, and then that's it. So it's really easy to schedule things. But right now, it's hard because everybody has like their full-time jobs. So, and not everybody is a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or something. So it's a lot more difficult to actually schedule to more than like cater more than 7 people at a time.
Right.
So right now, like roughly I have like 20 members, but I'm only getting each event about 7 of us because of our conflicting schedules. So I don't think I'm not struggling, I guess, with the interest of the volunteer events. It's more the officer, because they're all like officer position types or extra roles to help with the grant stuff. That's where it's like they don't want to put in the extra time for those things. But the volunteer events, everybody wants to go to that. So yeah.
Okay. I wanted to hear our new members' thoughts as well. Joyce, I hear from Dr. Ariel that you were just voted in your position as president of the Rotaract Club of UH, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on or really what gained your interest as well as some of the interests of your own members to join Rotaract. Because what Peely was trying to point out was how can we start building interest? So what really piqued yours as well as your members?
For me personally, I was always interested in Rotaract. It was actually a club that after graduating high school, I was immediately going to look for my school's Rotaract Club and, enroll into that or join that. And my background is very intensive in terms of like service, volunteer events and whatnot. I was part of Interact back in high school. So Rotaract just, I knew about Rotaract, and obviously it was like an easier transition into that. What I didn't know going into that is that the Rotaract Club at UH Manoa has slowly digressed. Less active members. There still are members, but definitely harder to engage them into service opportunities. But then again, still kind of new because we have a completely new board. Like everyone was just elected in. Not only me, like the entire executive board was just recently elected in. And so now we're trying to transition into our new roles, but also transition the club in a new direction because we were kind of on a beaten path at this point. And so now it's a matter of like finding these events that will interest potential members and being more consistent, all this kind of stuff. So for me personally, I thought it was I'm not really like well-informed, well-educated about the committee that you are so talking about, but I thought it was an interesting point that Nicole brought up about being more connected with other clubs, and in order to establish such a committee that we need to make sure that these that the Rotaract clubs are active. And I think it also goes both ways, where having this committee would ensure that these clubs are staying active, because then we're kind of, motivating each other to stay active, giving each other advice on how to stay active and whatnot. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so the Rotaract Council can mainly be used for that. So that was really the reason why Naomi had this created the idea of the Rotaract Council with me, because I was having some serious trouble trying to develop my club as its sole member before. and I worked off of some of the former presidents of the UH Manoa to see how they did, and kind of followed their suit almost, and essentially built off from there. So basically, the things that I learned from them as they were interacting with me kind of helped me with my club. So the point or the hopes of our Rotaract Council is for the same thing. Getting the experience or providing your own experience in terms of, how did you overcome these issues, or how did we overcome those issues? I'm telling you, we'd be able to come together as a district rather than just going one-on-one. So it's more of like a means of like checks and balances on each other. Like, how can we help you out? How can you help us out? And we can check on each other every month or so. But of course, I feel like we're all on the same level, as scheduling was an issue, especially with low amount of members. And now that you're all voted into your roles for your first term, it's a matter of that serious transition to figuring out how best you can serve Rotaract, and how best can we what are you going to get out of it, right? Because what Pili was trying to state, like, I feel like for anyone to be invested into our organization, you have to get something kind of fair in return. Like for the we all do jobs because we want money in return, but we all serve so we can get experience in return, or like the joy of working with others in return, or knowing that what you've done makes an impactful change. So kind of having that opportunity to work with others or to gain their advice or do these service projects is a really great way of having that theme, or how you can probably define your role in Rotaract. So kudos to you, Joyce, for stepping up and taking on the mantle for Rotaract Club President of UH, and congratulations to the rest of your board. So I hear some of the judgments or some of the reservations in regards to making a really formal version of the District Rotaract Council in terms of setting up all these community chairs or these trainings or these grant participations. It might be a little bit too premature, but it seems to me that we all have some type of common issue in terms of properly finding a regular meeting time for your own clubs as well as for this council, or in matters of properly gaining interests for your members into the Rotaract community or for the Rotaract idea altogether. So instead of making this council as a means of making it super formal in terms of moving too quickly into community chairs, grant participation, and such, maybe we can use it as a means of gaining experience from Rotarian counterparts, because we do have Rotarian counterparts here in terms of figuring out how we can fix our issues with their advice as well. Because I'm certain with their clubs, they've also faced very similar issues with what we're facing with our clubs. So I just wanted to take some time to kind of discuss on that. Maybe we can make this council as in terms of more of like a show and tell, sharing kind of thing of how we overcame each other's issues, and some of the next steps to go forward to fix our own. So Pili, what did you think, if that's the case?
You mean like what it would be like the support of having like Rotarians also?
Right, because yes.
Yeah, I think that the district is very like supportive of being guidance for you guys. We are very willing to share, like, based on our experiences and our knowledge, in the base of our knowledge, to make it work, because like Rotaract is a big part of the community, and the age gap that you guys fill in. You guys now don't have like an age gap, right? But still, like, we guys can work together. And I think that what the district is trying to work with you guys is to integrate Rotaract and Rotarians in the same work, that we can work all together. And you guys count with the support of the District 5000. And if you guys need like support in a specific area, we can always bring people in, depending on what is the need, to have you guys train in whatever area you guys need. Am I right, Benson?
Yes, Billy, you are right. Yes, as always.
So I think that if you guys can come up with a date, I know this goes down to the very specifics, but if you guys can come up with a date that works for most of you, where you can meet every month and have this meeting, like that would be like the ideal. Because if all of you know that this is the specific day where you guys are going to meet, it's more likely that you all plan your calendars around that date. But if you leave it on the air, like it's more likely that more things are gonna pop up and less people are gonna be willing to make it will take time, like it's not gonna happen like right away. But if you guys start working on it, I'm pretty sure that it will work out for all the clubs, at least for most of them. Or at the same time, you guys can have let's say that you have the specific date set up for your council, Rotaract Council meeting. And let's say that Nicole, for some reason, she can't make it. She should be sending someone from her club representing that meeting. In that way, we make sure that there is an ongoing process and that all of you guys are involved on the doing of this meeting every month.
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off of that, we did have an initial meeting beforehand, like a few months back before the meeting started to falter. It was the first Monday of the month, I believe. And it worked for most of the members because it was this week. Nothing bad or crazy happened yet. So basically they can just discuss what happened in the previous month or some of the issues that they faced. And then we can kind of go over what we can do together for the following meeting. And the point of these meetings as beforehand was to make sure that we can come together, give each other advice so that we can move forward as a district. Hopefully for these new up and coming boards or these new up and coming clubs, ergo Nicole or Joyce, with these, do you feel like the first Monday of the month would probably be available for either you or for anyone else in your club?
Definitely, I believe, yes, it can work. Definitely for me, not sure about other executive board members on my board, but you would definitely be seeing me if that is to happen.
Wonderful. What about you, Nicole?
Yes, but I just wanted to I guess ask about like the monthly meetings. What
content?
Like kind of in the 7:00 same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so kind of content, just because I don't know how often, Joyce, you guys have meetings, but if we're only having general meetings once a month, and like me and Ernesto, and then your service projects are only like twice quarterly, is it necessary to meet every single month? Like how many different problems will come up in the next month from one meeting? And then from, it kind of just feels a little weird to me. And then the meeting for that, because mine is every first Tuesday of the month, I would be holding on to any problems. If that is a thing where it comes up at every single general meeting, a new problem will come up, then I'm holding on to that problem for an entire 31 days, 30 days. And it's right before the next meeting. So the timing to me seems a little weird, but theoretically, yes, I can make the meetings every first.
I mean, you do bring up a great thing because I mean, my club is having its first and last general meeting tomorrow. So you do bring up a really good point. Hypothetically speaking, I feel like instead of making it like if we do keep Mondays, if Mondays is a great day for everyone, if it would be like the last Monday, because we can reflect on that entire month versus reflecting on the past month, if that makes sense, like reflecting on what has already happened. And maybe also what's going to happen in the next month. I don't know, but throwing that in the air.
Okay. Um,
Same. Yeah, I kind of get that. Also, though, on that note, is the Rotary Youth meetings on the last Monday? Because I know there's meetings on Mondays and I go to that. I just don't remember which Monday it is. I just look at my emails. So if that's the case, would I still make it? No, I think the meetings are at 6, so I guess I would make it. I would just go right after each other, right?
when you
I
say
don't know.
Rotary Youth meetings, maybe I can ask the District Rotary Youth Chair, Ryan Char.
It's the one that talks about. Yeah, right, Ryan. Hello, you're here. What are those meetings? Was it bi-weekly? Is that a thing? I don't remember. I missed the last meeting. I'm sorry. Totally not listening.
Okay. I see
I'm
something.
totally not listening to us right now.
Yeah, he might be putting his son
Naomi's
down to
here.
bed.
How's
I
Mark?
think he did mention that.
Sorry, I'm in the dark. So the youth service meetings are on
It's-
Mondays, on the fourth Monday of the month at
last-
5:30. Okay, and we have a lot
Fair.
of meetings.
There's
We have a
the
lot
answer.
of meetings on Monday. So the first Monday of the month, we have the president-elect meetings.
Mhm.
So I remember that
Mhm.
Rotaractors, we did have a Thursday
Thursday.
meeting. Yeah, and I think we had better
Mhm.
attendance on Thursdays. So for this council meeting, we could go once a quarter or every other month. We don't have
Instead
to
of having
go.
it Monday.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking like at the very most every other month, but
Okay.
okay. Thanks, Naomi.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, since we only have like for example, of my club, we don't have that many projects, so spread out throughout us every single month.
Mhm.
I would say put less pressure on us to plan for monthly meetings. So perhaps every other month could work at most. And then if even that is too much, we can move it to every quarter. But let's plan for every other month, if that's all right with you, Nicole and Joyce. And everyone else in attendance, excuse me.
Good.
Mhm. And would that be better for everyone if it was going to be on a Thursday then? Say the first Thursday or the last Thursday, excuse me, of every other month.
Any
Thursdays
day
we
but
have a
Tuesday
club
for
meeting.
me.
Thursday does not work for us actually.
The UH has meetings on Thursdays?
No, our Honolulu Sunset has meetings.
Okay. Every Thursday is the Honolulu Sunset meetings, Dr. Ariel?
Yes,
And what time does that answer?
6:30 to 7:30.
Okay. Does everyone have to meet at 7 o'clock, or does how would I say, like evening work for you, like an early evening, so 5? I'm certain everyone finishes work right at 5, so that might be an issue.
Theoretically, I say yes, but I don't know if I want to end work late.
We can perhaps have it at a lunch hour, but if we were to set a time, we can find a subjective time on Thursday. But if we were to set it on the last Thursday of every month, and we can try to see if we can find a time for that, maybe we can move on from there. Is the last Thursday of every other month okay for everyone? And then we can set a time on a later date?
Depending on the time for me looking at my next year's school schedule, it could be, but if my schedule is not concrete yet, it depends on my grades for this semester. But hypothetically speaking, my school day on Thursdays would be done at like 2:45.
Okay. All right then.
Pretty much any day but Tuesday works for me. So
Okay. So then, for those who aren't able to make it at the 7 o'clock, maybe we can set up a time at a later date. I can probably just send out a Google form that I use to structure out for our clubs. Yes, no. Okay, sorry. I thought she went on mute. All right then. So let's say we will meet every Thursday for every other month. Last Thursday, excuse me. Last Thursday for every other month. In terms of, kind of discussing our issues or how we can come together as a club. What are some of our upcoming service projects to invite other clubs to, and so on. We were in talks of having a mixer with some of the other clubs in attendance for the longest time. And I was hoping to see if I can have it hosted here at our campus at HPU, because we have a beautiful lanai room in the back, right on Aloha Tower. So it has great views in the sunset. So we do have, we do have numbers here and in Hawaii. We don't have a great amount of Rotaractors here in our district, but we do have numbers. And if this is something that you would feel like would be good, where we would have a social mixer with a bunch of our Rotaractors together all in one place, now that I think by December 1, restaurants and events are going to be up to 100% nowadays. Would that be something you believe your members would be interested in sometime in the near future? Maybe not, super soon, but do you feel like this would be a good idea for us to, how would I say, interact with each other? Joyce, Nicole?
yes.
I like that.
Okay. So in terms of details, the Rotaract year ends on June 30. Did you want to have this mixed before the end of the next year, right? And then we can probably hold that mixer as a for our respective projects and such.
Shoot. 1 second. I know our sorry, we have like parties planned tentatively, and I
Because you do have social.
can't remember when we have them planned right now.
Mm.
Yeah, we have socials every month, so you guys can feel free. We can piggyback off of any of ours. Okay, I don't know. I can't pull this up fast, but beside that, if you guys want to join us for Chinese New Year festivities in January, then we can make that like a pre-mixer meetup.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think I'll mention that to my members, and hopefully this invitation is extended to you as well. And I think with their new board
Anybody
and their new member, I think it would be great for them to kind of connect with all of us, to kind of, as Pili was mentioning, kind of gain and pique their interest as well, so that they can accept the Rotaract lifestyle as much as we have. So,
yes.
Thank you.
Anybody.
All right then. So the mixer then, we can fully discuss in detail for the later date, but I'm assuming that we can probably do something, either piggyback off of Nicole or have it here at HPU. In terms of having it a fundraiser, we need to decide that, then figure out the details. So maybe.
Oh no, we can totally still do it at HPU. We did not set the location yet, but.
All right then. Naomi, to mention that I think we came into a consensus of kind of slowly moving towards introducing committee chairs and planning for grant participation. I don't know if that was something that you wanted to discuss on your end.
Yeah, I think the clubs are at different levels. Nicole's club, I feel, is more advanced because Nicole has that experience. So I think that if we can have resources on the council for different things, so that if the clubs, so say a club on the Big Island wanted to have someone on for membership to help them with membership or how to do projects, that we already have people that are resource tools, so we can help them. So let's, if we can, identify people who can be resources from the district level, and we can help whoever needs it on the Rotaract level.
Okay.
So we, between Benson, Keely, and me, we can make a list of resources, and anyone who wants to reach out to us, we have those people available.
So basically, we would utilize those contacts in means of
Right.
Pushing forward our service.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
so that's when we'll work on that list for you, and we can go to bi-monthly meetings, and it doesn't have to be on Thursday because Arjun says it's hard for him to go on Thursday. So
Right.
would Wednesday move? So Tuesday doesn't work for somebody, Nicole. So what about a Wednesday at 5:30?
Yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately.
You can't do Wednesdays.
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay.
I would mention like a Friday, but I know that's considered a weekend for most people, and that's usually like Tahana. Yeah, Wednesdays really can't work for me.
Okay, so how many months in the year does is there a fifth Monday? Maybe we can, any month with a fifth Monday.
Just have a
is the
fifth Monday
meeting.
when we get to you.
If you do the third Tuesdays, then I can do it.
Oh, okay, so how's third Tuesday for everybody?
Then that would
Yeah, I
fill
mean,
up the whole
Tuesdays
schedule.
work for me.
Okay,
I see.
Okay.
so let's work on the resource list. Let's meet every other Thursday, so Tuesday, on the third Tuesday. So Ernesto, if we can make a list for the whole year on when the meetings are,
Yes.
and then let's schedule that mixer in January at HPU. So for HP, that mixer, is it better on a Saturday or a weekday?
Check their calendar. I'll get back to you on that.
Another venue, if you need, UH Rotaract is a part of the university. They call it RIO. So we can make a reservation, the campus center rooms, halls at no cost. So if we need.
Yeah, that would be good, but you got to see the view at that HPU
Yeah.
room.
That's right.
It's like
That's
right
right.
on the ocean.
I
It's
know,
a
yeah.
beautiful place.
Yeah.
And it's pretty big. So did Mark talk about grants with you guys?
He provided something in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rotaract clubs can apply for grants, but you have to go through training and you got to put up some money. So if we can get some seed money from that mixer to plan for maybe a global grant, and people who from all the different Rotaractors want to go on a global grant, then that's something we can work towards. Because
So
Ernesto,
thank
you were
you,
talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you, Nami, for bringing. So actually, you at Rotaract, we've been doing global grants. Last year we did in Nepal. This year also we decided to put some money in one of the global grant. 2 or 3 years ago, also did one global grant, and this year we have already done 2 community service projects. So one in Alawai School, Joyce also volunteer, and one shopping with the families. Rotary gives thanks. So yeah, we've been actually participating on the grants as well as the community service.
Yeah, so Arjun, you guys are ahead of the game because that's one of the things to participate. But for the HPU Rotaract, they had an idea of doing a project in India. So I think, Ernesto, you guys have the desire to try and do a global grant or to get involved with in another country, right?
Yes, yes. Our international service chair was really interested in doing something like working with India. And now that we're able to, jump into the international grants, I think that would be nice, or the district grants, excuse me. But yeah, we would just need to be trained up on that for sure.
Okay, so that's something we need to do, is to do the training. And so maybe in the calendar, we can schedule a date for training for Rotaractors. But I think we need to reach out to more of the Rotaract clubs to get them involved and get us all unified statewide.
Mm. Right, and that's something that Nicole brought up in the beginning in terms of if we were to have this Rotaract Council, we would just need to make sure that everyone is properly connected with, because she and I are probably not so well versed in who is still active and such. But yes, we'll do that. Let's see. Joyce, third Thursday of every other month works for you, right?
Hypothetically speaking, yes.
Okay, cool. Because I have it here, I'll send the invitations to everyone on my Google Calendar. I already have the Zooms prepared, if anything, as well.
So the next one would be in January.
January.
Okay.
Were we going to Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Third Tuesday?
I think you said Thursday. Third Tuesday.
January 25, 2022, third Tuesday. Oh, excuse me, January 18, 2022, third Tuesday. Save. Okay. I just set it at 5 p.m. since we didn't decide whether 5 or 7 was all right. Does this time work better for everyone? 7 o'clock? Later in the evening? Okay. 7 o'clock then. All right. I'll send the invitations to everyone here in attendance. And I expect it in your email after the meeting. I don't think I really have any other things because we didn't want to be pushing directly into community chairs or grant participation for those who aren't ready yet. I'm assuming, I think that's what we mentioned earlier on. But we do want to make sure that for the next meeting, we want to make sure that we can get all the Rotaract clubs in attendance, as well as at least a representative from each club, so that we can all be on the same page together as a district. For those who have connections or for those who know any of the Rotaract clubs, if you could please have them, speak to me, or I can invite them through my own means, or you can invite them. Please let them invite them in. You should be able to utilize the link that I send you on after this meeting. I don't really have anything else further besides making sure that I can have the HPU room taken care of next month. Or is there anything else from anyone else? Anything from anyone else?
Did you hear about the new Rotaract Club that's trying to be established at LCC?
By Lynn Goya, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Do you happen to know how she's doing? Because I haven't been able to.
It's already done. See, it's already established.
Starvish, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it is now. It finally is. Okay. Because yeah, last I talked to her, they weren't completely established yet. But if you wanted to get the contact for them as well, because then that would be another. I know they would be just starting up, but at least they could hear
But the more
it,
the
have the
merrier.
info. Yeah, always.
All right then. Thank you, Nicole. Any other last comments or provisions?
So Ernesto, for the mixer in January at HPU, are we looking at a Saturday?
Yeah, so I'll call the student life office to make sure that it's available. I can see, I think a Saturday would probably be better for my members. And I think it would be nicer anyways, right? Because a weekend would probably be a best way to spend with each other as Rotaractors. But I'll see, let's see. If it was a January on a Saturday, we can have because school starts up January 11 or January 10, I believe. I'm not too sure how UH starts for the next semester. When does UH start, Joyce?
We also start January 10.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a good membership recruitment vehicle as well, right?
For the start of the year.
Yeah. So the sooner we can get that date nailed down with the price, then we can get the word out and start inviting people.
Okay. Okay. I will, today's Monday. I can call them tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, so if you need help with getting them some of things, guys, just let them know, because we got people that are willing to help.
Thank you. All right, so I'll give them a call tomorrow morning. Try to see if I can schedule either January 18 or no, excuse me, January 15, 22, or 29. I'll see what availability they have for those three.
Okay.
I do have a social planned on the 29th. That's our Chinese New Year stuff. So
Okay,
I,
Let's do the 29th then.
it's that night.
15 or 22.
Chinese New Year festival that we're going to.
We're-
To go at night. So I mean, if you wanted to do the thing, and then we're like, okay, let's head on to the festival now. Cool, but we did set it for nighttime that we're going to it already. So.
Oh, is this going to be held in Chinatown?
But yeah, I have the address somewhere and I can send that to you guys. But yeah, it's a whole event that's 10 p.m. and it's at the Cultural Plaza. That's in downtown.
Oh,
somewhere.
Cultural Plaza in Chinatown? Okay.
We're going to that. Yeah. So we're going to that as a club sometime between like 6 and 10 is what we said we're going to do. So we wouldn't be able to go to the mixer at night. But again, if you wanted to make it like a lunchtime mixer, and then we're just like, okay, Pahana, let's hell on now. So then sure, why not?
Okay. All right then. Yeah, so I'll see if I can get 15 or 22 then. Because I'm not too sure if we want to do evening or lunch, but I think evening might be a little bit better because we can see the sunset at the harbor. Super nice. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll call them tomorrow morning at 8, and then I'll update everyone here on attendance. All right. I guess that pretty much sums it up then. I have my assignments, and let's see if we can all connect with all the other Rotaract clubs. If you know any other Rotaract clubs for this upcoming meeting on January, what was it? I just had it set on here. January
18.
Yes. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting. I went 8 minutes over time, what I promised Benson, but that's no problem. Yes, Nicole.
Oh, me. Sorry. After you set the date for the social, do you want to like set up a group chat? If there's or a group email or something, if there's anything we have to talk about to plan it, since we aren't having a meeting before it.
beforehand, right? Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can
You're
either
fine
set
with-
up Slack or
Yeah.
Discord.
To make things
Um,
easier on yourself.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll try to set up a Slack or Discord, and I'll invite everyone else, everyone as well. So first I'll start out with a full-on email stream, and then I'll set up a Slack or Discord server, whatever everyone prefers. But all the Rotarians actually had or set up their own Discord servers because of the RILA, the past RILA. So I don't know if they still have their information or logins for that ones. But yeah, let me do that. Thank you, Nicole. All right.
Okay.
Once again, I think thank you so much for all those who are attending. It's a pleasure to meet you, Joyce. Congratulations for being elected as the president of the Rotaract Club of UH, and congratulations to your entire board. I wish you good luck, and if you need any assistance, you can ask me for anything. I'm sure all the other members here are very much supporting you. Yeah, thank you. All right then, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. Did anybody else have any other lasting remarks or comments for the good of Rotaract?